Alright everyone, welcome to Jasper's History Facts. Well, obviously this is not Jasper, but just going to record a little bit with mayhem. Well, today is March the 11th, and on this day in 1918, the United States recorded their first confirmed report of Spanish flu. Now, Spanish flu, for those who don't know, is probably one of, if not the worst, if you go by just strictly numbers of people who perished, the worst pandemic in world history. If we're going to go by percentages, it's probably the Black Death or the bubonic plague of the Middle Ages. But who's to say? It's really hard if you want to go. It really depends on which side you want to go on. Do you want to go with percentages or just strict numbers? Now, the idea of it being the first reported case is kind of misleading with the Spanish flu. Even its name is misleading. The Spanish flu had its first reports, something like it, not it itself, in actually Kansas, in the United States. There was some soldiers that got sick before they went off to World War I. And it wasn't really taken too seriously, and then they shipped off, and that's kind of how it spreads. We're not 100% sure where it came from. We think possibly from China, but that's hard to say. The reason that they think that is because there were some Chinese immigrants who were on a train, and they were all bundled up, and some of them were sick, and things like that. And we're not 100% sure on how it started, but it might have been from there, which would make sense. China has always had a large number of people, and they're all usually packed together quite well, so diseases spread pretty easily there. Just how it kind of always been. Even the Black Death that we think came from China, potentially, or just East Asia. So, very interesting. Spanish flu, very awful. Thankfully, it's kind of under control today. Influenza, definitely not as dangerous as it was back then. Not good, but not as dangerous. But now you know.